Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we are here with the season finale of our Ashi. Oops, just kidding. It's actually the core finale, and this is actually a 2-core anime to my complete and utter shock and delight. This is actually a 2-core 24-episode season, and the next core, I believe, is just straight up starting next week. So we still have another 12 weeks after this. Yeah, baby! That's so awesome. I was thinking, as it was going on, I was like, this is solid, but this is like structured more like a 2-core anime with the training. You know, it didn't feel like this episode 12 would have been like a season finale type episode, but that's because it wasn't. It's 2 cores. I'm so happy because this is exactly the sort of show that would benefit so much from having 2 cores. So I'm just so incredibly happy. Oh man. So yeah, we're on episode 12 of our Ashi. What happened last time? I feel like it was important. Oh, I remember. I haven't looked at the notes yet, but I do remember they were learning to work together. And our boys Kurada and Asari, as well as Ashi, obviously, Ashito, they have learned to sort of work together a lot more, and they're kind of like on the same wavelength a little bit, running on the same line, being able to set up for each other and cover each other and their weaknesses and stuff. So I believe we're in the second half of this game and they're down by 1 or 2 goals. I can't remember. I think maybe they've only scored 1 goal, or have they scored 2? I can't quite remember, but I think they were down by 3 goals at halftime. So whether they're down by 1 or 2 goals, there's still a bit of a hump to overcome. And yeah, I am excited to watch this episode. So let's just, with all my excitement out on the table, let's jump into episode 12, the core finale of our Ashi. But he's improving that now. Surely you can see it. This will probably be the last time we hear this opening, so I better enjoy it. Whoa! Eagle Eye, written in English as well. Yeah, I mean, you called him shit heel. Yeah. As long as you remember that, you've got a good chance. That's why they were mad, because you ruined the triangle. I see. Wow, look at his eyes. His eyes are open. I'm so happy he's getting along with them now, because I love Asari, and Kurada's growing on me now. He's got that X factor. 1 goal lead. Okay, so it's 3-2 now. Oh, I'm so keen. Oh, this is so cool. Nice. Good way to illustrate it. Nice. It feels so good, huh? Okay. Okay. Be careful. Don't get too far into thinking too far ahead. Focus on the now. Oh my god. This is his eagle eye. That's why it's called Eagle Eye. Oh my god. What? Oh. Oh. He's seeing it all. Oh. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that. That is awesome. That is such a cool move. Even Coach is shocked. It's like Night Eye's quirk from MHA. He's got quite the skill. It's almost like a superpower. But he like blacks out. Oh. That's so cool, I love it. I'm so hyped. Yeah. Man, he went from... Yeah. Yeah. That's his talent. Yeah, he's got such an instinct for the game that the more he improves the basics, the more explosive he's going to get. Look how angry he is. Look at that. Hana. That's your boy. That's your boy. It's okay, you're tired now. Oh, he's exhausted. Oh. Hana is so cute. So they don't play with overtime. It's just they'll just accept the draws. I assume until like they're in finals games or whatever, and then overtime will matter. Oh. Hana. He didn't just touch the ball there, he touched her hand. I know that's not a big deal in real life, but in anime, that's a big deal. Ah, oh, it's so cute. Yeah, come on. They don't know who to mark. That's so good. They've made him scared now. Oh! Good communication. Eagle eye. Oh, bird's eye view. Is he gonna get the final shot? He's right there. Ball's coming. Synced up. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, amazing. Yeah, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get what's special about himself. Man, whoever does the subs for this show for Crunchyroll does a great job. Because they often sub stuff that they don't need to. Yay! Oh, that looks delicious. No, it doesn't. I'm not interested in that. I just want the meat. Just give me the meat. Hana, you're not eating the right things? Okay. Yeah, Hana. Good girl. I love her. I love her. You got an official invitation, girl. Oh my god. I want them to be together so bad. Oh, well done, Asari. So proud of him. He's so forward. I'm smiling this entire episode. Oh my gosh. Are they going to be on TV when they get promoted to, if they get promoted to the top team? Oh, this is great. All the girls in this show are so good. They're also helpful and analytical. That's next episode, I guess. I love this show. So good. Man, I can't believe we have 2 cours of this. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I mean, it's just so nice to have a solid sports anime going on every week, you know? Like, that's just, it's such a comforting feeling to me. Like, I get different kinds of enjoyment from different kinds of shows, and sports anime just has this such unique feeling of just progress and hype. Like, just this constant progress and hype. That's what sports anime is. There's even episodes of sport, there are, of course there are filler episodes of sports anime, but there feels like, a lot of the time there feels like so much less of that in sports anime. Even in stuff like Ace of the Diamond, right? That's the sports anime that's like, you know, 200 episodes or something so far, right? I feel like there probably is going to be more Ace of the Diamond in the future. And yeah, there's so many episodes of that stuff. And of course there are filler episodes and stuff, but the thing is, the filler episodes are still training episodes. So they're filling out this stuff. It's not like you have episodes of sports anime which is like, okay, let's use Ashi for an example. Like, it's not often that you have an episode that's like, oh, we've got this game we have to play on like, you know, on this court in a different, or on this field. Sorry, I play basketball, so I say court sometimes. On this field in a different state to face this team who beat up women and are a bad influence, so we have to beat them at soccer. Like, you know how, like, the reason I'm saying that is because if you're watching like a shonen, like a battle thing, right? You can have a lot of episodes that's just like, they go to a town, they meet a generic bad force, and the generic bad force is doing generic bad thing, and so they have to fight them and take them out and win the day, right? And the thing about action battle anime is you can do a lot of those. You can do infinite of those, so you can stretch that stuff out into eternity. But the thing about this stuff is they have a season. Like, they have to do matches in this season. So of course you can have them be random teams, but if you get a win, it's still a W that goes onto the leaderboard, you know? And so the only other stuff is if they do scrimmage matches. But if they're doing scrimmage matches, it's normally part of training. And if you're doing training, then you're improving your skills. And so it feels like if in a shonen thing they're just fighting random people, I don't feel like they're improving their skills. I don't know why, but in sports anime, like, training is a big part of improving. And generally also when they'll like train, the lessons they will learn will actually be like, you know, important lessons that they need to learn, rather than a moral that we as an audience has to learn. Does that make sense? So that's why I just love the feeling that sports anime gives you. And this show is just, it's doing that great. It's just doing such a great job. So his eagle eye thing is pretty crazy, because I said it's like in My Hero Academia, Sir Night Eye's foresight quirk, where he can see into the future a little bit. I mean, he can see into the future a lot, but when he's fighting, he just uses it to see into the future a little bit, like just enough where he can see where their movements are going. And I mean, that's kind of what Aoi's doing here. He looks and he's like, okay, I can see they're probably going to do that, and they're probably going to do that, and they're probably going to do that, and they're probably going to do that. And it's like like, yes, this is mildly unrealistic, right? At least to this level, it's unrealistic, but it's gonna be based in fact. What he's got is he's got a high soccer IQ. He just doesn't know it. Like, he's got an instinct for the game. I don't know if they call it soccer IQ in soccer. In basketball, they call it BBIQ, basketball IQ. Where it's just like, you just got a great game sense. You can look at a thing, you can analyze what's going on, and you can quickly make a decision, right? I'm a Golden State Warriors fan in basketball. So Draymond Green is someone who has a great basketball IQ. He can very often like size up a situation very quickly and get in the position that he needs to be in to do whatever is needed from him. So that's why he's a great defender and a great passer, because he's able to do that stuff. Like, he's not a great shooter, and I mean, his drives are okay, but his drives are mostly effective because of his basketball IQ. He'll just see, like, you can watch videos online analyzing his play. I'm using Draymond Green as an example because I watch him a lot, right? There's a lot of players like this. I mean, LeBron James is a good example of this as well. LeBron James is an excellent basketball IQ. But I'm saying Draymond Green because you can watch his defense. In fact, I just used two good examples because there is a video that's showing LeBron James and Draymond Green going against each other, and the way that Draymond Green sort of counters LeBron and LeBron counters back. I think it's LeBron and Draymond. Anyway, you can look it up. But the point is, that's what it is. It's being able to like sort of see ahead and plan things out based on that. And so I just think it's so cool seeing it visualized like this, where it's visualized as bird's eye view of the field and just a little bit of foresight. It's great. I don't know if I've seen a sports manga that has a proper romance in it. I'm sure there are them out there. I'm just not sure if I've seen them. I mean, I'm reading the manga Blue Box, but I would call that a romance manga with sports elements. And I read Cross Manage, and that's I guess a sports one with romance. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm not sure how to define that. So maybe I've read a manga that has that. But in terms of like the sports anime I've watched, like Diamond no Ace, or Dia no Ace, and Haikyuu. I guess Shihaya Fudu actually has romance in it. Okay, no, yeah, I have seen it, but I don't. It's few and far between. Is the point. And so, I mean, honestly, I would just be so happy if they could just like get Hana and Aoi together, like by. It's not gonna happen, I know, because it's one of those things that they'll just like, if they do have a romance between them, that'll be like an end of series thing, I bet. Especially since it's not the point of the thing. But I would just love if it's just like towards the end of season 2, they just start dating, right? And it's just they just start dating, and we actually get just some of that while the sports stuff is going on, because it's like, especially if it's a romance anime, sometimes I can understand them continuously putting it off. But if it's a sports anime, we're not in it for the romance, so you might as well just throw it in there when it's story appropriate, when you think the characters have grown enough. But of course, they need to tease you so people keep coming back for it, you know? It's much easier to get people drawn in with the tease of possible romance than actually giving them romance, which is really unfortunate that that's how it works, because I think from a story perspective, it would actually be so much better if so many more stories had proper, healthy relationships that grew naturally and then had their stuff happen and whatever. Like, I mean, people don't, especially people like younger people, don't talk about this very much anymore. But Friends, right? The sitcom Friends, is a pretty big pioneer of the sitcom industry. Not in that it was one of the early sitcoms, because it wasn't, but in that it was had a lot of amazing things that and a lot of sitcoms since, or anything since, has copied it so much that if you actually go back and watch it, it may seem pretty generic, but it seems pretty generic because everyone's copied them since. Friends, what I liked a lot about Friends is that as the show went on, relationships were built up and let go, and relationships, like, you know, grew naturally, and characters would get together in certain things. And of course, people will say in the later seasons especially that some of the relationships seemed forced and they just wanted to pair up certain people and stuff. Sure, whatever. But the point is, I liked the fact that, like, throughout the episodes, while other stuff was going on, these relationships were growing, and some of them stayed together. Chandler and Monica, right? They're this staple of the series that stayed together, and some of them, you know, got together and broke apart and dated other people, and these other people dated, and it was just stuff where, like, part of the fun was we didn't know who was gonna stay together and who was gonna, like, break up. They could stay together for the rest of the show and it would be fine. And that was just so much fun. And, you know, you're some people were in it for the romance and stuff, but really, we're in it for the comedy. But the romance was just such an awesome side thing. So that's why I want more shows like this to have, like, the romance as an actual element that's going on in the background naturally. And it doesn't need to be a season finale or a series finale when they get together. Just put them together when it's natural. Asari apologized in this episode, and good on him, and I'm impressed. I compared him to be the Tsukishima of the show. I think I'm going to mildly take that back now. He is much more able to swallow his pride and comfortable, like, admitting that he's wrong and stuff. He's just a strict player, like, with himself and with others, and I appreciate that, and I really like him. Asari, he's probably going to be one of my favorite characters in the show, and I just liked him from the second I saw him. Go back and watch episode 3 or whatever, probably like episode 6 or something. Whenever he's introduced, go back and watch my reaction to that episode. You can see, as soon as he pops up, I'm like, ooh, I like this guy. Oh, man. You ever laugh with saliva? Like, just like a saliva laugh that makes you choke? Anyway. Those are the things I've written down, and if I continue talking, I'm gonna go off on 1,000 more tangents. I talked about Draymond Green, I talked about Friends, I talked about all this stuff that you don't need to hear about. So this discussion has sort of gone nowhere, and if you stuck around through the entire thing, well done, and I appreciate that. And if you did, I mean, you know, comment down below to receive your free medal, because that's amazing that you listened to me ramble about all of that. But also, please make sure to like the video. If you liked this video, it would really help me out, because you know, this sort of stuff, you have no idea how much it helps the channel and how easy it is for you to do. So if you could like the video, that would really help me out. Comment down below if you liked the video, if you liked the reaction, if you liked if you have suggestions for the channel. All that stuff can go in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to the channel as well, so you get updates on, I mean, we got 12 more weeks of this show, so you better subscribe so you can keep up to date on when the new episodes come out. And also, just if I have any other series you're interested in, they can pop up on your thing. Even if I don't now, I might in the future, so please make sure to subscribe. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Our Ashi, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.